Okay, I have a really nice speaker here. It's very stylish. It comes in three colors, all black, black and red, which is this model, or silver. Now, don't worry if you can't see it properly. I'm going to show you it closer up in a minute to the camera. But first, I'm going to tell you a bit about it, its specs. Then I'll show you it closer up to the camera. I'll play a little sample on it. Just some music. It will probably be some old music, perhaps, even from hundreds of years ago. Just something to give you a bit of an idea. Now, bear in mind that I am recording this, so the sound quality of this recording will not be the same or as good as hearing it actually in person. But it's a BlitzWolf F1 Bluetooth speaker. I've reviewed lots of products by BlitzWolf before. They do a lot of great products. I have reviewed a speaker by them before. I'll tell you about that later. But let's just go over some of the specs. It has a 1800 milliamp an hour battery. It is stereo. I'll tell you the price near the end and if I recommend it or not. It has dual speakers, dual 18 core 45mm loudspeakers that deliver a wide range of bass and vivid sounds. So it does have two, not just one speaker inside it, but two 18 core 45mm speakers, and that is quite good size speakers or drivers for a product of this size. It has a playing time of around 10 to 12 hours with its 1800 milliamp battery that is built in and rechargeable. It offers around 10 to 12 hours continuous play, of course, per charge. If it's on a full charge and you can recharge it or leave it plugged in or whatever you want to do. And it does include in the box a little short micro USB cable to charge. You probably have one of those already, but one is included in case you don't. What else is included in the box? There is for auxiliary audio a short 3.5 to 3.5mm audio cable, and that gets to another point. This does work via Bluetooth wirelessly, so you can wirelessly transmit your sound from, say, your smartphone or your laptop or your PC or whatever to it wirelessly. But if something doesn't support that, or you just don't want to use it to save battery, or whatever it might be, you can plug in a regular 3.5mm end to your phone or whatever it is, and then into this. And in case you don't know that, it's just those regular size ends that things like a lot of earphones or things like that use. That is known as its auxiliary audio input or aux input, and that will be on the side next to, and you'll see it closer up, but it'll be on the side next to the USB port. One thing I like about this and the previous speaker I reviewed by this company is most tend to be just a rubbery plastic, or they tend to be just plastic. This is actually using an aluminium alloy case. It does have a very solid metal housing, which is good. Most speakers tend to be just plastic or some kind of rubbery material. This actually is metal, and that's one of the things I like about these speakers by BlitzWolf. It does have 30-day money back guarantee or 18-month warranty. Its Bluetooth distance is 10 meters, which is pretty standard from the other Bluetooth products I've used like this. And that is how far away you and your device, such as your smartphone, can be away from the speaker before it loses connection. You can be up to 10 meters away. Like I say, that seems to be pretty standard. And it takes around 4 to 5 hours to get a full charge if it's completely flat, the battery. The red indicator light will flash when the speaker battery is usually off. You can use the micro USB cable to charge the speaker with an AC adapter. The red indicator will go off when the speaker has a full charge. So it will flash, and I'm reading that from the manual, it will flash red, and then the red light will stop flashing and go off if when it's finished charging. You can also use one of their other products, such as a 24 watt or 4.8 amp dual port wall charger, and I have reviewed some of their chargers before. They recommend you fully charge the speaker the first time you use it. So before you use it the first time, they do recommend you give it a proper full charge first, just to make sure. I've actually just seen in the manual that it actually does recommend that you don't play music on it while it's charging. It says it could shorten the battery life. I haven't seen that before on products, but maybe it's best you charge it and play music with it wirelessly and not have it plugged into the USB where it's while you're using it, because they do say that, so it's best just to follow the instructions. Now, what else is included in the box? Not much. You have the auxiliary audio cable, you have a USB cable, then this you can attach, which is a wrist strap. If you want to use a wrist strap, you can attach this, that is included, or if you don't want to use it, you can leave it in the box, so that's why they've included it like it is, not attached. Then there's just a manual which basically tells you many things I've told you. I recommend you have a quick read over it the very first time you get it. My favourite speaker, Bluetooth speaker that I've actually used is another BlitzWolf. It's the F4. So if you're interested in that, either on my Amazon review page, if you can find it, or on my YouTube channel, you will find a review for the BlitzWolf F4 Bluetooth speaker. And that is my favorite Bluetooth speaker. I've reviewed quite a few, not just by this company, but by other companies. And that is my favorite. It has such good bass, but bear in mind, it is more than double the price of this one. So it depends on what you're willing to pay. If you want to save a bit of money, this is a great speaker. Or there is their other one if you want a more expensive upgraded model with excellent bass. And this does have good sound quality and good bass. But just to let you know, there is the F4 model, which is the big brother of this one, and it does have a metal shell as well. Now let's have a little look at it closer up. It has like a metal grille design with an X. You probably can't see it on camera, but there is kind of an X design. It looks very nice. Then you have a little white kind of like wolf's paw, I suppose. It's probably meant to be a wolf's paw, and that's because the company name is BlitzWolf, so it's basically their logo in the center. You have this spotted grille like you're probably used to on a lot of speakers, but it does have an X design. It does look quite nice from the right angle. Then on the sides, it is a rubbery red on both sides, so that goes very well. Plus, the buttons on top are red, so the design is really good. Then on this side here, you can lower the flap, and I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but there is your USB for charging and your auxiliary 3.5mm audio jack. And there's not much to see really on the other side. Then on the bottom, not much to see, but there is little rubber foot here and a rubber foot there for standing it on. Now let's have a look at the top. Hopefully I'm in focus. It's hard to see on this small 3-inch screen on the back of my camera. It's hard to tell. I think I'm in focus, but you have the power button, play and pause, a Bluetooth button that also can be used as a hands-free button. For answering calls, it has a microphone. That is not the primary function of this. It's primarily a audio device, a Bluetooth speaker. Then you have up and down, which would be for volume. There's actually a dot there. You probably can't see it, but that would be the speaker, the microphone. And that is really all there is to see. It is metal here. All the black is metal. Nice metal case with a rubbery red on the sides. That's not metal, of course. Yeah, so yeah, I really like the look of this. You have a metal shell apart from the sides, which is a kind of a red rubber, but the main body is aluminium. Then you have like an X design with the wolf paw. Then you have the red on the sides, which go really well with the black. Then on top you have red buttons, which also go well with the main black body. Very well designed, looks nice, and I love how they have used an aluminium alloy shell, like on its big brother, the F4. Whereas most Bluetooth speakers are just plastic. That's it. So I like how this company often goes with an aluminium alloy shell. In a minute, I will just play some basic music on it, just to give you a bit of an idea. Like I say, it will be some old piece of music like the British Grenadiers, something like that, just so I don't get the video taken down from YouTube because of copyright. I have to be careful what I use. But still, it's better than nothing. It might help give you a bit of an idea, and it might also help give you a bit of an idea if you've seen the review for the F4, what it might, help you see if you can hear any sort of difference. But yeah, that's pretty much it apart from that. In just a minute after playing that sample, I will actually give you the price, and I'll even give you the price of the F4 so you can compare the price, and then I'll tell you if I recommend it or not. And that'll be about it.
Alexander and son of Hercules, of Hector and Lysander and such great names as these. But of all the world's brave heroes, there's none that can compare with the row to the British Grenadiers. Whene'er we are commanded to storm the palisades, our leaders march with fuses and we with hand grenades. We throw them from the glassy above the enemy's ears with a row to the British Grenadiers. Then let us fill a bottle and drink the health of those who carry caps and badges and well unloaded bows. May they and their commanders live happy all their years, with a row to the British Grenadiers.
Okay, so as you can see, it's not exactly some really modern bassy kind of music. It might, perhaps something you'd be listening to, but like I say, for copyright, I've chosen something a little older. But yet, it's still got a lot of drums and stuff. And as you can see, it has got quite a lot of bass, especially for the price range. Not as much as the Big Brother does, but still, it's less than half the price of the other. So what about the price? It's £20. It's £19.99 in the UK, and if it's available in the US, I'll also put the US dollar price as a text overlay on the screen as well. The Big Brother, the F4, it definitely has better sound again, more bass, but it is about £45 in the UK, so it's more than double the price. So it really depends upon how much you want to pay. If you want to pay a bit more, I'd recommend the Big Brother, the BlitzWolf F4. If not, this is a great speaker for the price of £20, and it does have a metal aluminium alloy shell. Just to go through a bit more in-depth specs, it uses Bluetooth version 4.0. That is pretty good. There is about 4.1 etc. now, but a lot of these Bluetooth speakers are 4, or I have used quite a few that are less, like 3.0. Even some brand new speakers still use the older 3.0. So if I'm looking for a Bluetooth speaker, I'd look for at least 4. I don't care necessarily if it's 4.1, 4.2 or whatever, but these days you want at least 4, and this is 4.0. As I've mentioned, the speakers are 45mm, 2-channel at 5 watt. Its RMS is 5 watts. Sensitivity is 80 decibels. Its signal to noise ratio is 60 decibels. Frequency response is 100 Hz to 20 kHz. Its distortion is less than 0.4% at 1 watt. Its working voltage is 3.7 volt to 4.2 volt. Its working current is less than 400 milliamp. And its net weight is 270 grams. It does actually have a waterproof design. It's not IP68, so you can't submerge it underwater like, some things that you can swim with, things like that. So don't try dropping it at the bottom of a swimming pool or anything daft like that, but it is IPX5. So it has got a decent amount of splash proofness and water resistance. It's also somewhat dust proof and shock proof as well. So it's quite good for using outdoors. So if you get caught out in a bit of rain, things like that, it's going to be absolutely fine. It is IPX5 rated. It does have an auto sleep function for energy saving. Its indicators are flashing blue light is for waiting for a connection or waiting to pair. A solid blue light just means it's connected and ready to go. A flashing red light means that it is low on battery, so you probably want to think about plugging it in to start charging it. A solid red light means it is charging. Or if a red light goes off, it's fully charged. It's finished charging once the light goes off. It does include not just a USB cable to charge it, but it also includes a auxiliary audio cable in case you don't have one already, and a handle, a wrist strap as well. looks really stylish, one of the nicer ones, nicer designs compared to some I've used. And you do have a choice of a few different colors. If you like this red and black, which really goes very, very well, there is this one. Or if you don't really like the blacker designs, there is the all white if you like a brighter design. Or if you like the black but you don't like the red areas, you don't really like the look of that, there is an all black model, and they all cost the same price. So I do recommend it, but I also recommend you check out the bigger brother, the F4. I do recommend it. A link will be in the description along with this video on YouTube. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'll just take a few seconds. It'll help me out a lot. Also, if you're watching this as a review on the Amazon product page, please hit the yes button next to was this review helpful to you. That'll help me out a lot as well. Thanks for watching.